Basically, I want to give y'all an in-depth story of who I am, because you might have heard the music. If you haven't, check it out, myspace.com slash bboysent. Check that out right now if you ever online. Also, I want to give a shout out to everybody that's been listening to the music. It is Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day to everybody that's out there doing your thing. Everybody that has a Valentine, special Valentine. I unfortunately don't have one, but hey, it's alright. I still love everybody that supports, and you guys are my Valentine. So basically, let's get into it. Basically, started making music around when I was real young. I started off playing the drums actually. So if you hear any of the rhythms or if you catch any of the vibes of the beat, pop joints, R&B, rock, hip hop, soul, neo soul, rap, gangster, I cover a lot of genres, sample, fusion, try to cover a lot of genres. I get that mostly from playing drums actually. So that's how I started off with drumming. Then from there, I moved on to the piano. So if you hear some of the melodies, I have been playing the piano for about a good while. How I like been playing drums or whatever, and I'm now getting into guitar. So once you hear like more melodies live or any leads or anything, that's been me practicing on the guitar. And basically, I grew up in the Bay Area. So I am from the Bay. Thank you, all the Bay lovers out there. And basically, I was making music real young. I started my first cassette tape. I don't know if I could find it, but if I could find it, hold on. Matter of fact, I think I know what a cassette tape. What a cassette tape was about 21 beats that I had produced on a Casio, one of the old school Casios, a while back, a long time ago. It was a black Casio, I believe it was a RS 155. If you know what that is, it's a while back. And I had made a song where I was singing, I was rapping, I was clowning, I was real young. I was about 8 years old. And then from there, I grew on to play most of the instruments, and I stayed like well connected in the church. That's how I found like different chords and all that stuff. And then from there, I grew on to be a full-time producer. Like around a young age, I was really into beats and I was really into piano. And then I took a lot of time to develop my piano, and I'm still taking time between my schedules now and everything now to still listen to piano, practice piano, different orchestras, Beethoven, symphonies, soundscapes, all that. And then from there, let me see. From there, I further moved on and started getting into the mass production. We're gonna jump a little bit from shout out to my man Bam. He was like one of the first artists that I ever got a chance to work with when I was real young. Say back in 03, oh 03 or oh 04. And me and him used to just work hard day in, day out, every single day after high school. And we would basically I would just throw on some industry beats and just let it run. Just let it run, let it run, let it run. He would just nonstop, just freestyle, and he would just like do multiple albums in days, and it was like amazing, like what he could do. Then I was rapping around that time too, but I was more into the production side, or as you like to call it, the executive producer side. But I really wasn't into producing beats like that because I didn't have like the equipment or the opportunities to actually produce those records. So shout out to my man Bam, and from then me and him, we basically like sold CDs at the school. Back in the day, we used to duct tape. We used to glue on CDs, print out fake money, and do all that stuff, man. And we had a good time when we did it. And I still keep in contact with him. If you heard any of the previous joints back in '07, the BV4 joint, from the close off to She's Out of Control to Good Intentions to it's a lot of records we did. We had the dream and accomplishment of producing the whole album together, and we both co-produced that together. And that was a wonderful thing that we did back in our accomplishments in '07. So definitely shout out to my man Bam. You never know, BV4 might come back for a reunion or something and produce a hot joint or something. So definitely look out for that. And also from there, we we connected with my man Gift. Shout out to my man Gift. He was doing this thing, and Bam, he was mostly Bam's man, and he connected me through Gift, and now me and Gift is just like that. So shout out to my man Gift. He always do his thing. He spit as well. You might hear that Gift mixtape or something. Gift to the world, Gift for the curse, whatever he decides to do. London got you 100% beat. And from there, we was just basically doing our thing, basically just having fun with it. It wasn't really as much of a serious note till we thought of coming up with the name Authentics, which is mostly Chris and Bam idea, and I went with it, and that went good. From there, we sold about 4 copies, like $4. We split that back at McDonald's or something, man, and it was crazy. From there, we hooked up with my man Simba. Y'all know who Simba is. He got the hot joints on MySpace, and we started the Paperboy team. Y'all might have heard of Paperboys before, back in 06, 05, and we did that thing from there. And we also got in connect with Mr. Foe. He's one of the hot OG rappers back in the Bay. If you ever hear Mr. Foe, he got the lyrics, freestyles crazy, lyrics is crazy, delivery is crazy, and we all was basically doing our thing from there. And from there, we went on to further expand into the group that you might have heard, Left Dynasty. And they had the songs Hands in the Air, Fitted Caps, it's a lot of joints. We did a couple performances out there, and that went real well. And we did a whole lot of performance in the Bay, and that's where we got to connect with Sice Box, Sky Productions, School, also Classy Touch, F Nice, Jaso, ENT, I see you. You doing your thing, man. Keep holding it down in the A. Shout out to the A. He doing this thing all day. From there, we turned it to that. It was basically like a mega camp. We had the set of producers, rappers, artists that we all affiliated with. We was the one big group, Left Dynasty, and we had hit records. They might still be on MySpace if you can find it. Look for Left Dynasty. Those joints was hot. We had great fun creating, and we had great fun performing, traveling, doing our thing, and we did all of that. And then from there, we mostly, it wasn't, I'm not going to say bad blood, but we all had more mutual decisions as businessmen as we all grew older. And then we further went on, and we started, me and my man Ben, we started B-Boys ENT, BBE. So you might have heard of that before. Back in 07, 08, the B-Boys ENT, yes, I want to clear that up. Me and my man Bam did start B-Boys ENT. And from there, we basically grew. And a couple other people from the Left Dynasty, they branched off and did their own things. If you might have heard of Mannix, you might have heard of Sky Production Team. They did their music in sectors, but we was all still cool. We all still had a bond.